Thank you, Toronto. The live show was amazing. We are still on the road. Los Angeles, we will see you next on November 5th. London, we'll see you November 17th. New York, we will see you December 1st. Had a lot of fun in the 6. You didn't look too scared. I was happy. You weren't too nervous.
Love the 6. Thank you to everybody that came out. I had a great time, and looking forward to coming back to Toronto again to do it soon. Yes,
we have exclusive tour tees available at all the live shows, but if you can't make a show, we have merch available at NewRoryNMal.com. Subscribe to our Patreon, and we'll see you guys soon.
NewRoryNMal.
So yes, we are in Canada. If you're looking at us or listening to us, either or, we are in Canada, in Toronto, back in the lovely city. One of my favorite cities in the world, Rory. I'm sure you would agree with me.
Absolutely.
On that.
I haven't traveled very far internationally, so it's a small list. But Toronto, you're right there.
Yeah,
Toronto's really high. It's a 30-minute flight. It's great. Food is amazing. People are great. Man,
this city has a special place in my heart.
Because of women?
Oh, well, that's on the list for sure.
I'm sorry, culture.
100%.
It's the culture.
It's the poutine.
It's the culture of Toronto.
Pussy.
It's the
poutine.
Punani.
It's just
it's the Tim Hortons, eh?
It's the Tim Hortons. But no, this is I spent a lot of time growing up here in Toronto and in Montreal. I used to come up here pretty much every summer.
Is there a beef between Montreal and Toronto? We're asking the Torontonians in the room right now.
Is that what y'all call Torontonians?
It's a small beef, but it's not really a beef. It's a little snobby, like it's not like you're on site type of shit.
It was French when I walked into the airport though. It was half French, half English.
Yeah.
Do you guys bang French?
There's mad international languages.
No, right? It's pretty American, not American. It's pretty English here. Yeah. Like Montreal is heavy on the French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why I like Toronto better.
You don't like French people?
No, I just like English.
Okay.
It's the only language I speak.
Yeah.
It's a flex. American. You're from Jersey and New York. Everybody speaks different languages.
In Jersey?
Yeah.
Damn, you've been to his house.
Come on, man. Italian.
It's all English.
Jersey.
Queens is the most diverse county in the entire country. The and English is still pretty heavy over there.
Yeah. I can promise you're not going to find no French
I've never been on the train and read something else other than that.
At all, it's not happening. But yeah, so we're in Toronto. We have our show. If you're listening, we have our show tonight. In Toronto.
No.
Oh,
it was yesterday.
Oh shit,
we killed it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening to this,
the show was amazing.
Good job, guys.
Woo! See, look,
the show was crazy. Drake came through.
Yeah.
We did an interview.
Y'all missed it. If y'all didn't come, that's on y'all.
Yeah, Drake opened. It was crazy.
Drake opened, and he previewed some of his next album.
Greg, Fred, Ed, all them were there too.
Yeah.
We got down to the bottom of who loved who the most.
Charlene, Nadine, Kristen. We talked about that bar.
We did. That was nuts.
And they all send me naked pictures. It's the small things.
It is. Don't laugh at that.
No, listen.
I felt that.
I'm not clowning
I connected to that.
Because I got that bar. He said it aggressively, but if you break it down, it's the small things that count.
Honestly,
you ever having a bad day and she just send you a nude and it brightens your day?
How many things in the world are greater than opening your phone and seeing attachment one image?
From Pauline.
Oof.
Ooh, when they hit you with like that hidden and you have to like rub your finger.
Oh, it's like a journey?
That's nice. Yeah,
I love
it's a sketch.
Album of the year. Just off that line alone.
Stop.
Look at y'all.
That's because you're scared of the 6.
Yeah.
I'm in the 6.
I know. Now you're saying it's album of the decade.
This is you currently checking in.
Yo, imagine if social media was around when Michael Jackson put out like Thriller. Do y'all know the shit that some people would have been telling Mike?
He probably would have fucked.
Do y'all know the shit that
probably would have fucked a lot of our mothers?
No, but listen, do y'all know the shit that people would have been telling Mike on like? Imagine if podcasting was around when Michael Jackson put out Thriller.
Would you interview Mike?
They probably would have said it was okay. Wasn't like the last album.
Yo, Mike, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. You could have.
I'm more of a Jackson 5 fan.
Yo, Mike, I ain't gonna lie. You know,
I prefer I'll Be There.
Like, just why you don't get back in your Billie Jean? Like, what?
Can you go diamond like day one?
Bro, this is, I mean, you know.
You know who would have been the best podcaster of all time? Prince.
I believe
Prince would have doubled as the artist podcaster, and he would have shitted on every single artist on earth.
I believe it. Prince would have been a great podcaster.
Nobody would have been his guest.
Oh, what?
Who can sit next to him?
He would have held the camera.
Yeah, like he would have done everything. You seen the Outkast video, Andre 3000?
With Prince?
Hey y'all.
He plays all the instruments.
Yeah. That would have been Prince.
Okay. That was Prince.
Man in the cameras. He would have looked like Eddin with a whole bunch of other shit on. Headphones. What is this called, Eddin? What is this little
recorder?
Recorder? Fuck you. I knew
what?
There's an NPC there.
What? You trying to make some beats? Is that what you want?
Can I get my flowers today? We've been giving you guys a lot of flowers.
For what?
Jada Pinkett Smith is the most toxic woman on planet Earth.
Demaris texted us saying that she wanted her flowers too, but
I have been suggesting this for how many years now?
A few
that
years.
she is the most evil woman walking the earth.
So she can't.
And we continue to blame men for all of her horror that she puts on our gender.
So you said whore?
Horror.
yeah,
She's a whore that puts horror. She puts the whore in horror.
Jada Pinkett Smith a whore?
Not maybe by physical standards, but by mental standards. That's a whore. That's a mean, evil whore.
Yeah,
What do
explain.
you mean? What do you mean by that?
She is tricking. I think Will Smith found out that he was divorced like the rest of us today.
No.
I don't think he
imagine?
realized
No.
he was separated in 2016.
way.
No. They I think they kind of, I can't remember the Red Table Talk verbatim, but I think they kind of, when they sat down in the whole entanglement thing, I think they threw it out there like they weren't together or it was
They
something
tease like an open situation,
Yeah.
but not so. This is pretty definitive. She said they've been separated.
They teased open. They did not tease completely separated. Don't have me run up to the Oscars and smack the shit out of a comedian for my bestie. It's not
They're
even
not
his
even
wife.
best friends.
That's a
Yeah, they're not
that's a
even best
whore. That's a
friends.
manipulative
Calling
whore.
best friends is a stretch.
Well, she spoke about that.
That's my date to the Oscars.
She said that Chris Rock had reached out to her and asked if he could take her out because he had heard that
They had broken up.
her and Will were split, and she said no, like that's just a rumor, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry," like he apologized.
Oh, he
for-
tried to beat?
Well, yeah, it's Jada Pinkett. She's one of the prettiest women we've ever had in Hollywood in our culture. Like, why wouldn't he?
And again, whore behavior. If that was post 2016, why is she trying to make Chris Rock look like the bad guy here, or like he should have been smacked?
I don't think she was trying to make him look like a bad guy though.
It appeared that way.
I think she. May have been-
Everyone took that and was like, "Well, he should have been smacked."
no, but
Why?
she said that he didn't know. She kind of cleared it up like he didn't know. He thought that they were separated.
And again,
He's
if
not
it's-
in the wrong in that.
And if it's post 2016 though, and what did she tell Will? Because we know she lies to Will.
What?
So Will could have went up on that stage thinking he had the right information, knowing it was after 2016 later.
I just think that, Jada and Will's relationship is not the most
Stable.
I don't want to say the wrong word.
Stable?
I think that because if you think about it, how long has it been before the entanglement episode that we actually saw Jada and Will like
Together?
When Chris Rock was slapped.
Yeah.
Well, that was
And no, every award
Oh.
show we see them.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's when it's for the red carpet. It's when it's for the
Yeah,
cameras.
but that's just public appearance stuff. I wouldn't put, you know what I mean? Like that's.
But there was stories of Will not being with Jada for years before that though. Like he was in Miami doing his thing, shooting movies, and
We're not talking about him. We're talking about Jada
yeah.
and all the bullshit she has done. Why do we need another interview? Like, leave us alone.
Well,
I didn't need more information.
I think that she's promoting something, right? Isn't it? It has to be something coming. Is Red Table Talk still on
promoting the
Facebook?
downfall of Will.
No. That's everything in terms of Facebook videos done.
So where's the Red Table Talk at?
It's up for sale. They can shop it,
Yeah.
but Facebook Watch doesn't exist.
It's in a dining room that neither of them go into anymore.
But the show that was a big show. So obviously that's something that Jada is trying to continue to do. This interview, who was it with?
Hoda interview. Hoda and the horse on that show.
Hoda and the Horse. So
Why won't, like, I feel like even if you don't get along with your ex-wife, husband, ex-partner, ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, you owe them some type of respect and to shut the fuck up about the relationship at some point. Has it not dragged on long enough? Do we really think Jada Smith gives a fuck about Will and his feelings
Nah.
or his perception? She has had put him on missions. He looks nuts.
but
All for her to come back and be like, I
what
don't
did
know
she-
why he did it. I thought it was a skit.
But what did she
Because
say?
she's been fucking with him mentally for 2 decades.
Yeah, but what did she say in this interview that
And
made
then
him look
anytime
crazy, though?
Tupac gets brought up, Tupac doesn't even need to get brought up. They talk about Neil Diamond. She's like, what about Tupac? Anytime. But anytime Will comes up, it's like, well, I was fucking someone else. We weren't together. Like, look at the respect level that this woman
Also-
has given her life partner.
If they've been separated since 2016, that means for 8 years she's been doing this press run of just like slowly
Of course.
dragging Will and just besmirching his namesake for 8 years. If they've been separated, just stop talking about him in that regard.
What was the point of this interview though? Like what was Hoda interviewing Jada Pinkett Smith about? Like what were they talking
This?
about? But no, there has to be something.
This?
There has to be something. It's a show.
I mean,
it's a
it's the
movie.
only thing they're
She's
talking
probably doing something. But you know why she was there. And she knew the talking points and she knew what she was going to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe she's doing another movie or some shit. But is that really why people tuned in? Is that the headlines for anything?
No,
Of course not.
They want to hear her talk about the split and the separation.
Like that was like the definition of some woman shit. You do all that, continue on with all this press bullshit, tell Will about Chris Rock just trying to, shoot a shot for a second after you guys split up. Will gets up, smacks the shit out of him for your honor, and you go, I thought it was a skit.
Yo, if I get slapped and somebody says I thought it was a skit.
You have been manipulating and playing mind games with me for so long, and then you see me smack the shit out of somebody for disrespecting you, and you told me that he was trying to shoot a shot, and he's supposed to be my fake industry friend. And then you say, I thought it was a skit. That is the definition of manipulation. Yeah, that woman has been ruining that guy's life.
I don't know about ruin. He's doing all right.
He's doing pretty okay.
Well, financially, but his public perception is terrible. Like, no one respects him. We're talking about men, the lack of men in Canada. Who respects Will as a man right now?
Well, I don't think Will probably cares too much about that. I meant like his internal personal feelings.
I just mean like it's hard to look at Will and be like, she's fucking up like his legacy. That's what annoys me. It's like all this is fucking up how I look at Will Smith.
What?
Oh, like forever? When you put it like that. Like
everything he's done
doing.
Yeah.
Yo, you look at Will crazy now?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You watch Fresh Prince and you like, what the fuck? Nobody gives a fuck about Will Smith, bro. Not like that. Like,
I was going to say that's crazy.
No, not like, but I'm saying we don't think about Will Smith on our day-to-day. Nobody, who the fuck thinks about Will Smith?
Like you and Jada doesn't interview.
It's not day-to-day.
Yeah, that's what you think about it.
It's not day-to-day.
Shut up.
Yeah, nobody thinks about Will. Nobody really cares. Nobody gives a fuck.
What do you think their kids think of this whole thing?
They probably don't.
They have been privy to information. They're adults now.
Jaden is on so many shrooms. He doesn't give a fuck about.
Yeah, he's just riding a bike.
Yeah, it's just shrooms and a good times, good energy. Like Jaden don't care about none of this shit, man. Talented kid though, talented artist.
He thought his dad smacked Osmosis Jones when he was up there. So how he was?
Yeah, definitely.
Someone made a remake of that video where it's them as the animals, the animated animals they played. And it was Chris Rock as the zebra from Madagascar. Mm-hmm. And Will Smith as the shark from Shark Tale. And they like this full on animation. They just smack the zebra.
Yeah.
And then the zebra responds in the zebra voice. It's hilarious.
That's fucked up.
It's so funny.
We're never going to get over it.
You not over it?
You over that slap?
Yeah, man. I don't care about that shit.
Do we really believe Jada replied with, no, sorry, Chris. We're not separated.
Yeah. What do you What do you think the reply was?
You think Chris hit that?
No, but I don't think Jada deaded it right away. She doesn't seem like, for the information she's given us, I'm not speculating what she's put out there. She doesn't seem like the woman that straight up says, "No, I have a man." Mm. She looks like she actually gives into the question, so he doesn't let you have friends, and then probably like, Chris, stop. Yeah. She seems like that type to me. Damn. I'm not saying he hit. But I'm saying there was some chemistry there that made Chris like pursue a little bit more on that question.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think Chris Rock out of nowhere said to Jada, "Can I take you out?" He didn't pick up his phone, cold dial Jada and say, "Can I take you out?" There was an exchange before that Jada is leaving out, and Chris went, "So can I take you out?" And then she was probably like, "Well, no, I'm
still married."
Yeah.
She left out the beginning of that conversation.
She's like, "I'm saving myself for my son's best friend."
But I ain't gonna lie. See, this is why I can't fuck with you though, because you was one of the ones that was saying,
"Oh, here we go."
Mental illness, like his mental health, like August Alsina's mental health.
He was taken advantage of. Yes.
He was taken advantage of.
And Chris Rock just came out as being
say that
mentally ill as well. That's her type.
She got a type. See, I'm on the spectrum. What's up, Jada?
I want to say that August Alsina was acting like Kaiser Sose. It wasn't nothing wrong with him, but he was acting like it was.
That kid.
Just so he could get in the house. Think about it. That's a genius plan. Like, yo, I'm going through something, my family, like, can I just stay here? Can I crash for a couple
Is that what you would do?
For Jada? Hell yeah.
I think I saw her at Dumbo House once and we kept looking at each other and I was looking at her because I thought it was her. I was like convinced it was her. And we kept staring back and forth at each other. Is that Julian? It was weird.
Listen,
I didn't go anywhere.
I don't think I'm a very petty person, but at this point, if I'm Will Smith, I might bail out Keefy D.
That's a sick transition.
What is wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying. Like, your brain, it just goes
Is it the
somewhere.
Canadian air?
Like, what's wrong with you?
I'm very sick right now.
Yeah, like, no, you're sick all the time. Like, why would your mind go to that?
You got the Canadian flu.
I mean, she continues to go out and do shit. Like, Will has to get his lick back. When he thought he was getting his lick back, it was all a lie.
Mm-hmm. You could just hit Diddy.
Like, he might have to see what that Keefy bail is.
Yo, relax.
For a fair trial.
Yo, relax.
Yo,
Julian's gonna get us in trouble.
I didn't even hear what he said. So please tell me what he said.
I said you could just hit Diddy. Talk about it.
No, I'm not. I'm leaving that alone. I'm not talking about that. So the BET Awards aired last night.
Hip Hop Awards.
The BET Hip Hop Awards. It was taped last week though. I didn't see it though, and I did want to see Jermaine Dupri's So Def 30-year anniversary tribute. Because obviously JD, that's family. But I always like to see the music we grew up on in the culture when a lot of the artists come back and hit the stage. So I'm mad I missed that. But I want to talk about it because Rory is about to blow a gasket once again.
Again?
Carisha Please won Best Hip Hop Platform. Yeah, she won. It's not a split. It wasn't a split.
I'm going to bail out Keith now.
It wasn't a split.
It's an inside job.
It wasn't a split.
Keeps getting this woman awards.
It wasn't a split between Drink Champs and her this year. This year it was solely
just a clear
Carisha
back-to-back winner. Has she interviewed anyone since her last award?
No, she's the Steph Curry of podcasting right now.
That's sick.
Yeah, she's back-to-back.
All hits, no misses.
No, I want you to explain that.
Keep going down that road.
Explain, give me the similarities between Steph Curry in basketball and her in media.
Well, everything she touches seems to go in.
You never know if she's really in a relationship with that person or not.
You don't know. She's very, for the most part, she's very laid back until the lights come on and the cameras start rolling and it's time to get into her.
That's how you would describe half of the City Girls?
Well, yeah.
Stephen Curry?
Sure. Most City Girls are like that. Like, if you ever met a City Girl, they're really calm, like, when it's not, like, turn-up time.
That's true. Until that light on your camera comes out, that's when they turn up.
That's when, because it's something about the light on the phone means twerk.
Yeah, we work with Demaris.
True.
City Girl.
Similar energy.
City Girl.
Listen, man. Has Carisha really done an interview since her last award? Or did they just...
Well, currently on her YouTube page, she has one upcoming that 36 people are waiting for with Ari the Don.
Oh, so they just gave her the award because...
They're anticipating a smash.
Yeah.
She, for your consideration, BET Hip Hop Awards, here is this video.
Carisha.
Got you.
Yes.
All right, man. Come on.
Listen, man.
Because every time I say this, it sounds like I'm hating on Carisha.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Well, why can't you just be happy for her?
She was number 7 with one interview, and now she's won back-to-back BET Awards.
Yep.
With 2 interviews.
Yeah.
And 0 this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My bad.
Listen, man, I think it's the best hip hop platform. Anytime we get a chance to see Carisha and just listen to her.
Tell me what do you like about her platform?
Oh, man.
Especially the hip hop part.
She asks the hard hitting questions. She gets right to it. She's very diverse in who she can sit down with.
Like Steph Curry,
Aisha Curry, Summer Walker.
Curry Chicken.
Yeah, Curry Chicken.
Curry Goat.
I just think that, she's just fun to watch. She is fun to watch. Her personality. She's gotten better. I've seen some of her clips. She seems to be getting more comfortable. She seems to be getting really settling into that. You almost forget that she is a city girl. For me.
What reminds you?
Wow.
I mean, it's
just the balance, the duality.
Yeah. No, seriously, if you didn't
know. Is she
a
Gemini? She has to be a Gemini.
If you didn't know, she was in the City Girls,
you might think that she was the first lady.
You might think that she was.
She's
Kamala. She had the best hip hop platform.
I thought she was Kamala.
Yeah. She has separated herself from that whole city girl thing.
The name of their album coming out on Friday is Real Ass Whores.
Yeah.
They have an album coming out this
Friday? It's called
Raw.
It's weird because the W, women was right there. You didn't have to.
In front of our eyes.
You could have done Real Ass Women.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do Real Ass Whores.
Nah, but whores it's
a great word.
It's a great word.
Yeah.
Because it can mean so much.
Like what? What can it mean?
You said she was an Aquarius. She's an Aquarius.
Well, I said she was a Gemini.
Gemini.
Duality. Yeah.
She's an Aquarius.
She played both sides.
Did you just search that?
Yeah. My Googles are nasty.
That's a nasty.
That is a nasty Google.
You just searched what's Carisha's zodiac?
No, I said February 11th zodiac. That's her birthday.
You know her birthday?
I did this Wikipedia.
I thought you just had that on your brain, her birthday's February.
No,
I was about to say, how do you even know that?
She's a city girl.
I asked you 10 seconds ago how to spell Carisha.
I've been picking up the BET Hip Hop Awards for quite some time. I think I'm here to shit on them.
On the BET Hip Hop? Did you see it?
I saw a lot of it. Just get rid of the ciphers at this point. It's getting disrespectful. I don't know why they got rid of it in the first place. I think that's what separated it from the BET Awards and every other award show. And it's great for YouTube. You don't have to rely on ratings to watch TV. That shit is going to go great on every single platform. It's the ciphers. It's great. They did one cipher with Swizz. Simba was great.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the gentleman from PG. Shout out to PG County.
My dog Foggy World.
He's probably great
watch your mouth.
I'm not saying anything disrespectful.
Yeah.
He's probably great when he's on the type of beats he needs to be on.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be on that Nas beat. And I can't understand a word you're saying. That's not what ciphers are for.
I did see
Cassidy, underwhelming as fuck. He gave like a 12. Scarlet was cool, but it was a waste of time. Like, either commit to it or don't.
Do you think that's because a lot of rappers turn it down now? I think a lot of rappers are turning down the cypher. Because who are you going to keep asking every year?
They, like, each year quietly get farther away from it. Yeah. So, yeah, this year I would definitely turn it down. But that's because they've ignored it when it was their number one platform. We watched the Hip Hop Awards because of the ciphers.
Absolutely.
And don't even tell me that, Rap Exchange, there's not a lot of lyricists. There's plenty of people that, even if they're not lyricists, would do well in the ciphers. So I just don't get it. Why would you get away from the one thing that you can still use on all internet platforms? Fuck TV ratings. Ciphers. That is your thing.
But I think that speaks to
even if they're bad, we could laugh at them. This was just a half-ass lazy, like, just have Simba rap. Like, just give us a Simba verse.
But I think it's a bigger issue though, because I was listening to something that I think it was it Juicy J that said hip hop, like, sales and everything's down about 40%.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
There is a whether we want to admit it or not, there's a correlation between ticket sales being low, streams being low in rap, hip hop, the cypher being lackluster now. There is something there, and we do need to pay attention to it, because at this rate, I mean, does hip hop go from being the number one genre in music to, even if it's number two, that's bad.
I think, like, the way in which, because hip hop is still such a young genre, the way in which, like, a pop artist, there's a formula that works for pop music. And I think hip hop is now seeing its formula, and we can get microwave hip hop where we can get an artist to make sign them on the one song we know we want to own the catalog for, own the rights to that record, and then try an EP, maybe an album if they're good enough to even force that issue, and then just get rid of them. So, like, the way in which, like, pop singers were, like, turned over in that regard, I think we're just seeing that with hip hop. It's just kind of mimicking the
but the problem,
it's not a fair metric, because the amount of rappers that they're probably comparing that to is to two pop stars, one country singer, one rock. Whereas hip hop can drop so much because it's based off so many other artists and so many metrics that if it takes a slight fall, you get 40% instead of Taylor Swift versus the Migos not selling as much. It's just a different game. And I'm sure it's drastically lower in every single genre. I'm sure the pop artists under Taylor Swift, there's a huge gap. I think everything's done. What Jimmy Iovine just did an interview and said that fame replaced great.
Yeah.
And that's across everything, not just music. Like, it's just fame now. It's attention.
Yeah, but no, it's
impressions.
It's
not
bad,
sales.
But hip hop is bad in hip hop.
On its 50th year too.
It's really bad in hip. And you can't make a pop artist, or you can't have a person do a pop record and let it take off the way somebody could mimic a rap hip hop record and it take off.
But it became the number one genre, 3 or 4 years ago? It became pop 3 or 4 years ago. It was the number one genre. And then I think that what Jimmy Iovine is talking about as far as fame replacing greatness happened. Hip hop happened to be number one, so it took the fall. I think if rock and roll was number one in 2018-19, it would have this 40% fall as well. I think it's a reflection of the times, not the reflection of hip hop. Do I think the music has suffered? 100%. But I don't think that's really the full scope of it.
Do you think this is a good time with music being hip hop and rap being on the decline it is as far as ticket sales, arenas and numbers and things like that? Is this a good time for Drake to step away from recording?
Well, he announced he is, so I think it's smart.
What does it mean for the culture though in the genre?
I think it's smart on his part in the sense that his output he's done more than enough. Take a break.
Way more than enough.
Like, you're good.
3 albums.
You're obviously solidified. We don't need more from you. And I say that respectfully, but also take time to survey the landscape of what hip hop's becoming, because it is changing. And I think by him being away, I don't think him being away means he's going to disappear. I think it's him tapping in and kind of like on the periphery, just looking at the Yachties and other people that are younger and kind of still creating and are more active in the scene, and just kind of cherry picking qualities and things you want to kind of build for your next sound or whatever that case may be for him. I don't think he'll just disappear, but I think it's smart that he should just take a break from putting out his music.
I think it's great for other artists though. I think it's an opportunity. Obviously, those shoes are not going to be filled in a year or 2 years that he decides to take off. But I think that it forces people to listen to a lot of dope artists, like, you know, a lot of these rappers that have just dropped projects recently, but nobody's really talking about because now, you know, obviously the biggest artists in music drop. But the guys like Rome Streets, Nick Grant, if they get to consistently put out projects every year, and people have to listen to that because there's no big juggernaut like a Drake that's dominating, but you still have these artists and these rappers that are putting out dope projects. Now this gives people an opportunity for their careers to kind of take off.
I think it's great for that level of artists. I think it may expose the B-level artists that are now. We've had the conversation a few times that there is no solidified superstar for the next generation. If Drake takes a break, that'll get exposed even more.
Oh, yeah.
I think if for the Rome Streets, Nick Grant, great. I think that's going to be a good time for them. But it can really expose the second level Lil Baby type artists. If they have to dominate an entire year and just that generation is putting music out, the difference will show.
How much longer do you guys think we have until the next rap superstar?
I don't know if we're designed to have one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know if the market...
Yo, it's scary, man.
Unless the market shifts back. Like, of course, we give Drake, Cole, Kendrick, all this credit, and they deserve it. But they were also in a sustainable business model at that time to become a superstar. Of course, they had to, to find their way through where it wasn't radio, and they had a big shift that they had to adapt to. So they deserve that credit. But they were still in a model that allowed for a superstar. I don't know if we have one right now. It's fucking weird.
Kendrick doesn't put out, and that's the thing that is to be, they're gonna say I'm sucking cock again, but when you talk about just the output of music, whether it's features, whether it's, albums, whatever, that's what Drake has done. Like, Kendrick could give us an album, but then he completely, we don't know what the fuck Kendrick is doing right now.
Every 5 years. Like,
he just goes and disappears and leaves and then comes back with great music and then disappears again. If Drake decides to step away, people are we're gonna feel that gap.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna feel it like, oh shit, like it's really nothing. Because even when this album was announced, we were looking forward to this project. Because that's the project you look forward to. Like, yo, who's the big dog? What does he have to say? What is he working on? What is he doing? But if he's not there, cool, we get to pay attention to other dope rappers and other dope artists. But there's still that gap where it's just like, it doesn't feel like it was like a big year in the genre without the big juggernaut.
Yeah.
Again, Cole is the same, not as much as Kendrick. He doesn't disappear as much as Kendrick, but Cole disappears too. Like, he'll completely just go off the grid. More frequently. You'll see him riding his bike up Madison or something like that. But he's not working on no music. The fall off is coming. We don't know when that's dropping.
I think it's supposed to be this year, no?
Maybe 24.
Yeah.
You sound like you got. You sound like no.
Julian knows.
I'm not going to say anything.
I know you're not going to say anything, but don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you got info where you don't want to give me them because you just feel like
not on mic, but yeah, I'll tell you after a little bit.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
well, I did want to say,
but even when you had like the Nelly MJ's take some time off, you felt it, but it wasn't like hip hop disappeared.
Yeah.
I think that could fucking happen.
No. What? From
if Cole, Kendrick, and Drake take a year off.
No.
I thought you meant just Drake.
I was fucking weird.
Obviously,
well, no, but that's the thing.
But I'm saying, I'm sure there was a year where we didn't get a Nelly J project or an MJ, like, out of those three. And we didn't feel it the same way. Still got a great Ludacris album. There was still plenty of shit going on.
Yeah.
Got a great T.I. album, like Jeezy. I don't think we're going to feel that way anymore. Maybe I'm being pessimistic. I just think if they are gone, all three of them, for a whole year, it would be a very odd feeling and probably the first, like, absent year of hip hop.
You mean no releases, no features?
I'm sure great music will come out. Down to what he's saying with Nick Grant. I'm saying, like, there will be great music, but it won't feel like a dominant hip hop year. And I don't think that's happened in quite some time.
They were all nominated. The three we're talking about, Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, for Hip Hop Artist of the Year at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and Kendrick won.
Best hip hop artist?
Yeah. Artist of the Year. And the Her Loss Project won Album of the Year. So.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who else was nominated?
I'm not mad at it though. I think
I'm not mad at it, but I would like to know who else was there though. Who else was?
Let's see. Glorilla. Jesus, not very difficult competition. Glorilla, Coi Leray.
Wait. Glorilla put an album out?
Yeah. Anyways, Life's Great. Glorilla, yeah. Coi Leray's album. God Did. That's still somehow.
Coi Leray's album was nominated for album.
Didn't God Did come out in 2002?
God Did.
Yeah, I don't know how that keeps happening.
For 4 years in a row.
Wait. Coi Leray's album got nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year.
Yeah. And
didn't that sell like 5,000?
2.
God Did was August 2022.
How was that nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year?
Because labels give favors.
By this metric, Rory, you should have been.
Dead ass.
Not even as a joke. I mean,
bro, no. She sold 2,000 units.
The same way Glorilla got to do that awful single to open the Hip Hop Awards. It's label favor.
Coi was June.
Hip hop is in trouble, man.
Viacom, Universal, friendships. That's all it takes.
Hip hop.
So it might have been a different project, but this project Coi sold approximately 10,000 units.
Coi came out in
my
June.
bad. I misspoke.
How was that nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year?
Because 10,000 people.
Because she's very popular on TikTok and
I like Coi Leray.
She has fame.
No, I like Coi Leray. I think she's dope. I like her personality. I like she's like just herself. She's not trying to be nobody else. I love that. But to be nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year, like, come on, man. Like,
it's not the Source Awards, so you don't understand it.
Exactly.
I'll finish the rest of these real quick. God Did, Heroes and Villains, Metro, Jackman, Jack Harlow, The Pink Tape, Uzi, and Traumazine from Meg. And Her Loss was the winner.
I get it.
Metro or Her Loss.
Yeah, Metro or Her Loss.
God Did?
I don't know why that keeps happening.
But that's not an album, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The title track and the album are called God Did.
God Did, yeah.
Staying Alive.
Crazy song.
That was the song of the decade.
Staying Alive. You know.
That's what saved the environment, not the environment.
You remember the first thing.
The culture?
Yo, y'all not scared for for hip hop though?
A little bit, yeah. I am.
I just think it's funny that Khaled can get Drake records off the clearance rack and still get nominated for everything.
And he has two more songs on his next album coming, right?
That was funny.
He walked out with the Billboard.
That was a cool promo.
That was dope. The promo. No, Khaled is, listen, he's a genius at marketing. He's a genius at promoting all of those things. I just think that his albums, it's just something about his albums that you just never go back to. It's weird.
Back to sounding like a hater. Do we really want the 2 Drake records that Khaled has? He put out over 60.
No, I don't want
Drake has put out over 60 records in 2 years. And we know there was a lot of throwaways on some of the stuff he's been putting out recently. What 2 throwaways do you think Khaled has? Do we need both of them?
I don't think they're both going to be throwaways.
Because he put 2 on that God Did shit, and the Drake intro or outro. It was like a snippet of Drake harmonizing in the studio. And
wasn't it like a voicemail?
Yes, it was like, do I really want the Drake records that are on this Khaled project?
You would hope if he's holding that big ass sign up.
Is there gonna be a new formula?
Nah.
No.
Because it's gonna sound like hating again, because I think Khaled has great albums, but the last few have fucking stunk because he's sticking to the same formula of trying to pair the biggest artist at the time on whatever terrible beat, and they just walk in for 5 minutes, give him half a verse, and he markets it better than anyone, and then we listen to the album for half a day, and it's done.
Who's quietly putting out a better version of that with the same artist is Calvin Harris. Those Funk Bounce albums are incredible.
Oh,
that's
fire.
a very unfair comparison.
It's
Calvin
not.
Harris does
They're
that
doing
perfectly.
the same thing.
Yeah, but you're talking about Calvin Harris.
Yeah,
all
right, fine. He's actually doing something with the music. Yeah,
not even just that, but
Calvin Harris
way
is
different.
It's a different.
But I'm saying like they're pulling from the same artist.
Yeah, but Calvin Harris is different. Is what you're missing.
Yeah, they're different people, but the
no, it's not just
type of projects are the same.
We know I've never seen him in the same room. Israel and Palestine.
No,
but.
Oh my God.
Too soon? Right. My bad. But that's a drastically different comparison with Calvin Harris and his career and what he does with music and artists and what
DJ Khaled
does. And I'm not hating on Khaled. They're just different artists.
I saw Vlad say something about why Drake and Khaled have not spoken on the situation in the Gaza Strip. Like why they haven't spoken on anything, they haven't said anything, they haven't, just no mention of it at all. Drake being Jewish and Khaled being Palestinian.
Yeah, he's Palestinian.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? And he said something about this is what makes artists like Tupac great, because damn well Tupac would have said something if something like this hit so close to home.
Also, that's a Calvin Harris, DJ Khaled comparison as well. So Tupac hitting the ground on everything that he did, and that was part of his entire existence. His background is he was an artist second compared to that.
Mm-hmm.
Vlad is saying the difference is maybe the IG post. Like we want
right.
DJ Khaled. We want Khaled to go to the Gaza Strip. Like, what does Vlad want? Vlad wants an IG post from him and then wants to put Tupac in the same sentence.
No, I don't think that's.
As far as being an activist,
I don't think that's what he meant. I think he's just saying like y'all have to say something,
like acknowledgement.
Yeah, but Drake's always played like the Michael Jordan card in that regard. He's played just very. Remember what did Michael say when he never spoke out about black issues? Republicans buy sneakers too.
Yeah.
So Drake, that's been Drake's. He's a chameleon. He forms to whatever matters. So I'm saying within music, he can be the Jamaican for a month. He can speak Arabic when he wants to.
Did you say Jamaican for a month?
I mean, we've seen him do these things. Like he's not.
You know being Jamaican for a month is hilarious.
He was Jamaican for a month.
It was a couple months.
It was a great month.
It was a great month.
It was great. Got more life out of it. It's fucking awesome.
Come on, do it again.
Great time.
Re-up.
Yeah.
No, so like we can see him play that in the music, and I think he's safe playing it when it's positive for the outcome of his music career. Mm-hmm. But it's a risk to dip into something politically. Mia Khalifa lost her Pornhub
sponsorship. She lost her podcast
for speaking about the Palestine.
Yeah, but she no. But she didn't. It's not because she spoke about it.
Yes,
she said some. She was like, "Yo, can y'all turn y'all phones horizontal, like so we can get a better?"
That was crazy.
Yeah, like she said was fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying there are consequences if you even insert yourself into a conflict.
Yeah.
So he plays it the way Michael did. Just play it safe. Mm-hmm. Just don't even address it. Mm-hmm. Just do what people want from you, which is music.
But you don't think that somebody as big as an artist like a Drake or a Khaled, you don't think that it's almost like they have to do that. They have a responsibility,
but you can't win for losing in either side that you post about on Instagram with this. And
I'm not saying they have to take a side. I'm just saying something like, yo, let's pray for peace. Like whatever we need to do to kind of resolve this. Just something. That's so empty.
Yeah.
To me, like
I'm not saying they got to pick a side. I'm not saying they have to say.
You're kind of forced to. You got it.
Yeah. And I think that's why they don't do it, because they know that people are trying to force them to like.
But also, like, do we think the horrible things that are happening in Israel and the Gaza Strip specifically right now are really concerned if Drake or DJ Khaled posts on Instagram?
No. They're not concerned.
Is such a Western.
It's like the Ja Rule
bullshit. Like
from Jason.
Even that's why, like, I've not been quiet amongst my inner circle or people I care about or people that have opinions on both sides. This is something I haven't stopped talking about for over a week. But I didn't want to come on here to argue semantics, because all I see on my timeline is people trying to one up each other on who can give the history of Israel versus Palestine better. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that helping?
Yeah.
You're literally just on the internet trying to look more morally sound than the next person or try to correct someone's grammar or some part of history. Like, what are we really contributing right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we should just shut up for a second. Because all we're doing is contributing to misinformation and arguing while we sit in America while that is happening over there.
I do think that, I can understand.
Have I checked on my Jewish friends? Yes. Have I checked on my Palestinian friends? Yes. Who have family over there? Of course. Me talking about it on the internet or posting something, contributes nothing to what's going on over there.
And it's always weird.
To think that's such a fucking arrogant American thing to think. To force someone to have to say something on IG and think that's really helping the situation. You are so fucking conceited into yourself that do you think those people give a fuck what Rory and Mal on the microphone are saying? No, they don't. It's people in America, so they can feel better about themselves about something that they will never go even try to help out with.
But what you're missing is a lot of their supporters and a lot of the people that, stream their music and are fans of theirs. These are people who have family there. These are people who are from there. So when somebody like Vlad says that, what he's saying is a lot of your supporters are from these places because of your lineage and your connection to this part of the world. Like, this is why they support you. So in a time like this, to not say anything is a little fucked up.
We don't know what Khaled or Drake have done behind the scenes as far as actually making change.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So to say, all right, let's go with Khaled specifically. He is of Palestinian descent. We also know there is a difference between Palestinians and the terrorist group that is happening. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get into the particulars or my opinion on it. They have no electricity. So if Khaled is doing something behind the scenes to help, he doesn't need to post on Instagram 100%. For people that don't have electricity. Mm-hmm. They can't open IG right now.
Right.
So everyone that's being activists on your timeline, I get it. You're amazing. You're better than me. You're awesome. You're great. They can't see it.
Yeah.
They don't have power. Mm-hmm. So leave everyone else that does want to be quiet about it and maybe help in their own way within their own circles, or try to learn more, educate themselves more before running out a window to talk about a topic they don't fully understand. The fuck alone. Leave us alone. You guys are awesome. You guys are way more morally sound than us. You tweet all day. Leave us alone. Like, just leave us the fuck alone.
If you're doing something behind the scenes, I'm always a fan of that. Like, I don't think that, you have to announce everything. Everything doesn't have to be an announcement, but if these gentlemen are actively like trying to like send aid and help in any way that they can behind the scenes quietly without posting on social media, then that's beautiful. I'm all for that. I like that type of thing because you're showing that this is not for, cloud or any of this other corny shit. This is not so that people know that I'm doing this. I'm really concerned, and we, innocent people are dying, babies are dying. So if an artist is literally helping behind the scenes, then it doesn't have to be posted.
And I know it's the cardinal sin on activist Twitter to say, hey, I'd like to learn more about this. I'd like to educate myself more about this. You get attacked, you get killed.
Why?
You say you want to learn. Because you should already know. Like, you should already know.
Come on.
You can't educate yourself.
Read a book.
You can't ask questions. You can't do anything.
You're supposed to be born with this knowledge, Rory. 3% of you has this knowledge flowing through your veins.
Yeah.
So
I heard you were giving 3% of your pay in efforts of relief and aid.
My ties.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, Rory.
They said Floyd sent a jet over there with like...
Yeah. For like supplies and shit.
Who?
That's illegal.
Floyd Mayweather.
All right. I'm calling cap. That's illegal. You can't even have Kevlar in the United States. And where did Floyd get a bunch of legal bulletproof vests to fly to Israel?
Not bulletproof
No, not vests.
No,
supplies, bro.
I saw bulletproof vests. See?
This is Floyd,
I don't know, but
Rory
maybe
Floyd loaded up his private jet.
Maybe he's not fucking.
I thought Rocky wrote on his Instagram.
Loading up your jet with Kevlar? Like,
that's
send
great.
it in.
What is he bringing?
No. He's right. He's right. Mayweather. It sounds crazy though. Will be stocked with supplies with everything from food and water to bulletproof vests.
They're illegal in the United States.
That's
Where
wild.
did Floyd get a bunch of...
Floyd is loading up his jet with bulletproof vests.
He tapped the homies at January 6th. They were all rocking vests.
Yeah, but they didn't get them on a jet loaded by Floyd Mayweather.
They probably got their vests when they got recalled. Hit the commissary and was like, give me all that shit that they got down there. Fly to Israel.
Fib, Floyd, one of the best boxers of all time. Do you think he's taking a private jet from the United States
not doing
with Kevlar and landing in a war zone?
Let me help you. Let me let you understand something.
In the most secure border period right now.
Somebody that's not on that jet is Floyd Mayweather. He's not on that fucking jet. Hell no, he's not going.
Also,
I say all this to say to activist Twitter, when we ask questions where we want to learn more, because we're hit with so much misinformation every day that before I decide, like, on a side that I want to pick that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, I need more information. I'm hit with so much false info every day of my fucking life that I'm going to take some time to do some research. I know that's a sin on Twitter. Also, but I don't have an opinion yet because you guys give me false information, propaganda, bullshit every single day. Do I think innocent people should be killed? No, on either side. And that's where I stand.
Right.
Two things. One, you can order body armor in the U.S.
Shut up, man.
Just not in New York. Two, suck my dick. Three,
he's in Nevada, so
right?
Yeah. All right,
two, did you guys see that Elon Musk is making his chargers free as well?
What?
His what?
Yeah, his
So
chargers,
the
Tesla
supercharger
chargers
stations are just going to be free
in Israel.
Free to use.
Yeah.
Mall, react.
They're bombing everything. Like,
I know. I understand.
Yeah, but you can charge your car.
Listen, man.
He said that on Twitter
helps
X,
somebody.
whatever.
I don't know what that does over there. I mean, I'm just seeing entire cities being leveled right now. I don't know what a charger station is doing, but okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Elon. The fuck is that?
That's where we're at. But that's where we're at.
I see why Drake ain't saying nothing, man.
That's what.
Yes.
But that's the point.
Yes.
But that's the point.
Yes.
Woo.
Yo, you know how much misinformation I can pull up within one flick of my thumb on X right now that Elon runs?
On my ex right now.
But
You feel me?
but he's focused on making sure chargers are free in Israel. No, how about we sift through this misinformation on the app that you're running? What I feel like Mal actually has to be vocal about on socials is whether he stands with DJ Envy, Caesar, or the victims. How come you haven't been vocal about that? Of all the victims of Patterson, New Jersey, you've been very oddly quiet.
Yeah. Oddly quiet on this topic.
On something you have nothing to do with.
I have nothing to do with this shit.
So Envy and Caesar ended up on, I think, just the local news.
I feel like I've been hearing about this shit every day for the past 2 months.
It's been going on for almost 4 months, but they were on the news. Well, at least Caesar's wife was, and they explained the entire situation. And then Envy actually addressed it, I think was kind of forced to, on the Breakfast Club on Wednesday morning. And I'm not going to say he danced because he is in, litigation and is being sued. So there's only so much you can say.
Right.
But Envy was like, listen, I lost money from Caesar as well. No one can say they ever gave me a single dollar. And I have to give it to Charlemagne. He did give Envy some pushback. All the victims on the news said they were introduced to Caesar through you promoting it on the Breakfast Club, through you doing the seminars. They paid for all this shit. Even on the news report, victims were like, I thought this was legit because I heard it on Power 105.
Right.
Like, no, I didn't think this would be a scam. It's iHeartMedia.
Yeah.
I think this could get a little crazier for Envy than we thought. I don't know if they'll have actual proof of him taking money and scamming people, even though Caesar was his partner. I don't know if they had a LLC together. I don't know the details there. But just from an iHeart perspective, that looks kind of crazy. Because you were basically using iHeartMedia to give a commercial for a scam.
Is iHeart liable?
I don't know if they're liable per se. I'm sure they have some clause because they're one of the biggest media companies on planet Earth that says anything that's said here, we have nothing to do with.
But remember when
there could be a case.
Remember when Kim Kardashian posted that thing on Instagram? And then the company was like some Coinbase, some Bitcoin scam. And they gave her a stupid bag to post this thing. And then it turns out and she was held liable for promoting a fraudulent operation. Is this not
But
similar?
a little different when you're,
Yes.
iHeart is like the
It's
Illuminati.
a bigger media company, yeah.
Yes, but
Like
I think
iHeart was on the Mayflower.
similar
Like,
strategy.
they're not just a big
iHeart was on the Mayflower.
They're a little
I
different.
understand they have
The
a
roots
more-
run deep with iHeart.
I understand they have more like pull in the media space and influence, but the strategy is the same. You're going after the face of something that people trust and behind a brand that people trust, and you're using them to push bullshit.
Well, so see, some of the victims that were on the news, some which were the most unfortunate, were giving like, the only $100,000 they had to invest because they thought they were going to flip it. But there was also some people that were millionaires that gave up some bread and are doing fine, but they lost $1 million. Those are the people I would be scared of because I think they're going to try to sue Caesar and Envy first, and whatever the result of that is, may put iHeart on the hook after that.
Yeah.
Because if you win the case against Envy, then I think you have a case with iHeart. If they lose against Envy and just Caesar, then I don't think you have a case with iHeart.
iHeart is not, they have something in the fine print somewhere.
You have to.
And we don't talk about the fine print enough because how can you can go in there
No
and
one
throw
reads
some,
that shit.
You could go in there and throw something in the fine print like, oh shit, they coming for us, and just put something in there that we never knew was there. Nobody reads that shit when they say accept all of this. I've never read all of
We're
it.
supposed to have a
And
copy.
if you look at some of the things Charlemagne has said, I don't know if real estate scam is that high on the list. Like Charlemagne has iHeart on the hook for real if real estate scam is where you draw the line. I think every artist in the 2000s could sue Charlemagne and iHeart as far as defamation.
I do think that Envy will end up losing his job
I think so too.
at the Breakfast Club. I think that, but I think they'll do it in a way where Envy steps down. I don't think they'll announce that they let him go. I think they'll just tell him like, yo, bro, you're gonna have to step down. I definitely see that. I see that happening for sure. Because at this point, it's too many people, it's too many lawsuits coming in. And you actively were bringing this gentleman up there on the radio station.
Promoting.
You were shooting content with him. Y'all shared the same office space. That was your business partner. Like, now, granted, you may not know he was doing something dirty, but at the same time, that falls on you because y'all business partners and y'all are walking around promoting this business together. There's plenty of footage. Plenty of times he was up at the Breakfast Club. So I definitely see Envy having to step down from the Breakfast Club.
As soon as it affects an advertiser, and I'm sure that's what iHeart is waiting for to make it the easy clip, is if one advertiser is like, I don't think we want to do syndication with Breakfast Club because looks like your man is in some heat.
Yeah,
then they have the easy way to say, Envy, you should just leave. But if that doesn't happen, I agree. They are going to find that. Have you ever seen Knocked Up when she's like a pundit on like a E-News thing?
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not telling you to lose weight. We can't legally do that.
I love that movie.
But step on a scale and look at that number and like make it 10 pounds less.
Yeah.
So you want me to lose weight? No.
No,
just look at that number.
And make it.
So I think they'll do that with Envy, and Envy will be like, hey, lots going on. I want to focus on my family. I've had a good run. It's time for me to do other stuff. They'll do one of those.
I want to focus on my community, my family, being a better person.
Israel, Palestine.
That type of, you know how they like to do it.
Priorities.
Exactly.
My Tesla charging station.
Exactly.
Yo, I don't blame this one on Vlad, but sometimes timing is just hilarious. Why did Envy show off all his $10 million car collection the day that broke?
Yes.
You know like why?
Vlad does interviews and
it's like the Drake curse.
And Envy went and did a whole look at how fucking rich I am content piece with DJ Vlad the week that he was on the hook for fraud.
Yeah.
And I think the news said it's a $40 million Ponzi scheme.
Damn. You know where the money's at? It's in those cars. It's in those cars.
He's showing you. He's like, this is where I embezzle all the money.
Yeah, exactly. that dude Caesar was wild. Some of those houses he didn't even own.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how wild? There was 3 different investors on one rundown house in Patterson. Each put in over $200K. Caesar didn't own the house.
It's like Billy McFarland.
How fucking crazy is that?
Bro, but how do you do something like that for so long and like without it going like noticed, like without somebody saying, yo, hold up. Like I think after the first 2, wouldn't somebody be like, yo,
how many years were they doing that?
Wow.
It was a few years.
Definitely.
And how many years were they doing it? And then how many years was it before Envy was promoting it on the radio station?
I'm not sure about that, but I know that the dude Caesar was doing that shit on his own at one point, and I think he brought Envy in as a business partner and used his celebrity status to kind of make it legit, put him on a radio station.
Seminars together.
Seminars, we rebuilding the community. Let's show people how they can get to this money and real estate and things like that.
Over 7 years. Easy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because I'm thinking like there's always that thing with these kind of schemes where you're obviously doing well financially, you're comfortable, but then enough is never enough. And then you're like, what else can we leverage to make this bigger than what it currently is? And then that's when you start, the more you open it up, the more vulnerable it gets to falling apart. Right. And I think Envy just parading this on a public radio station every morning is when it just, that's a ticking time bomb at that point.
He flew too close to the sun.
They said the Caesar dude was paying people back. He was sending them his jewelry.
Yeah.
What?
Sending his chains.
There was a gentleman that worked on Envy's cars in Lodi, New Jersey. He had like a mechanic shop, and he was working on Envy's cars for over a decade. Envy gave him the pitch. Caesar took the bread, couldn't pay him back, and was like, "Yo, hold this chain till I pay you back."
That's sick, man. And it's fucked up because a lot of people really jumped into that lane thinking that they were going to be able to flip their money, and probably gave their savings, thinking that I'm getting into the real estate game. And now they're fucked out of money and possibly can't pay their current bills. So it's that scamming shit, man. I've never been a fan of scams and schemes because you never know what people really have going on in their life, and people really use you or use something that you're teaching them as a last ditch effort to kind of change their lives financially and get into a better space. And then you do something like that where you steal from them and take their money. And people are like now having to move in with their parents. People have to move in from a house to a fucking apartment. Yeah. Like it's fucked up, man.
You know what I do think actually did happen? And I'm speculating. I think Caesar probably did go into that business legitimate and probably did a few good deals, met Envy, got a lot of promo and a lot of money and was in over his head and his expertise. I think he just got way over his head and started paying off investors with other investors' money.
Of course.
Like I don't think he went in there intentionally trying to scam people, but he sold too much bullshit. Like people believed him because he was on Breakfast Club.
Yeah, but
and No, at that point, you just got to be like, no, I can't take this on.
But you get to a point where you have to say, all right.
He started believing his own bullshit.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
When you start believing the bullshit, like, oh, shit, this is working. Like, I'm getting away with the shit. But now you look up and it's like everybody's at your door like, yo, what's up with that money you said was coming in 4 months, 5 months? It's been a year. I don't have anything.
I think he probably fucked up on one deal, couldn't pay the dude back, got some money from another, robbed Peter to pay Paul, and it worked. And then 7 years later, he's at 40 million thinking like, oh, it's going to continue to work.
I know one thing. Tony the Closer been motherfucking reporting on this shit every hour on the hour. He not letting up. Tony's not letting up.
I mean, I don't blame him though. Like you scammed hardworking people.
Bro,
like,
I'm 100% with it. Like when you scam people and people are exposing you for being a scammer, I'm 100% with that. Except if you have hookup on Polo. Like then I support the scammers when they're
low
scamming Polo. Yeah. I'm supporting that.
But that's a weird position for Envy to be in. And Charlemagne started that segment with saying, yo, shut up. Your lawyers told you to shut up, so shut up. And Envy's like, no, I feel like I have to say something. But you can't.
Do you think iHeart made him say something?
No,
I think he was just
I think his own ego and his own IG comments made him say something, or his wife made him say something, or somebody in his circle made him say something, not realizing that. And I'm not a lawyer, but if he apologizes, I know, I hate to break it to you. look at all my past deals.
Can't read it.
Clearly, I'm a lawyer. Clearly, I have it all figured out with contracts.
Yeah.
But you can't apologize for it on the air because then it makes you fucking liable.
Yeah.
That's why you have to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So Envy couldn't apologize to all these people for introducing them to Caesar. He just kept saying, I didn't take any money. I didn't take any money. And he just looked more guilty.
Yeah.
Instead of taking accountability and being like, yo, I'm sorry I introduced you to a scammer. But you can't say that on the air because that gets brought up in court. Mm-hmm. And now, okay, so you're part of this? You're admitting that you introduced all these people to Caesar? Oh, bet. All right. We're suing you as well.
I see Envy stepping down soon.
Yeah, he has to. He has to.
I see it.
He has to.
And if there's a way where he can step down and not be held liable, I don't think two things would correlate. I think you can step down and get like the fair treatment from iHeart that you think you deserve, but then also still be fucked in the other regard.
So does that mean the Breakfast Club is
no? They'll get another guest host again.
Who would you like to see in that seat? And why is it you?
Does it have to be another DJ?
I would love to see that.
Maul, Charlemagne, and Jess Hilarious out of here. I'm not joking either.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
First of all, don't say out of here.
No,
don't.
So the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
No. Me and Charlemaine on
and Jess Hilarious
together though, and Jess. That would be interesting.
Eddin would be like your ghost DJ.
But I think
yikes. You want Ito?
I've heard his mix.
Would you sit in the king seats that they sit in?
No, that is so nasty. that king seat, that throne.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
And this is why I don't want to clown them, because I don't think that was Charlemagne or Envy's idea.
Oh, it's a rebrand.
I think that was iHeart, dumbass, corporate.
It was like 10 years.
A bunch of white people in a conference room was like, we should put they're the kings of radio.
As a producer, how many times have I come to you guys with an idea and you're both like, shut the fuck up, that's terrible.
A lot.
You ultimately have
We don't work for iHeart, we work for us.
You have the authority to say no.
That's the difference.
Nah, but like they're iHeart.
They probably showed up to it, and I'm not shitting on Envy and Charlemagne. I'm not doing the Dame thing that you work somewhere. I think it's fine that you guys have a great job. You're radio legends.
Yeah.
I think they walked in on that rebrand when Angela went to the other room, walked in that morning, and there was fucking
you heard the slight though.
You heard the stones right there.
You heard the slight.
You said Angela took a left, they took a right.
Yeah. Is that not what happened?
It is, but you didn't have to put that in there.
Why didn't they give Angela the throne?
The throne?
Do we think that Angela Yee knew this was going to happen with
No.
With Envy? And that's
maybe, but I don't think it was part of the decision.
But to Rory's point, I think her situation was independent of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was time.
Y'all don't think it's weird that Angela and Charlemagne never got involved in DJ Envy's real estate business?
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That should tell you something more.
No, but that might just be, you know how one of your friends come at you with something like, yo, I got this. And you just like, nah,
I'm good. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they knew, but it's just like, I'm cool. I'm not trying to really get into that.
Because they probably didn't think it. Mo, if you came to me with the success rate that it was perceived between Envy and Caesar, I would 100% take my money and give it to you.
Okay. I'm going to come up. I'm glad you said that.
No. But I'm telling you, I think they just heard the pitch and was like, nah.
I think they saw Caesar and was like,
nah.
Something about him. I don't know, man. I don't like him. His eyes. I don't like his eyes.
And listen.
Something about his eyes. I don't like it.
It's crazy to get $40 million off like 4 houses in Patterson.
Yeah.
What's my man's name from Wall Street that did the Ponzi scheme?
Jordan Belfort?
Yeah. Oh.
No, the guy, the main guy. He invented the Ponzi scheme. Robert De Niro played him on the HBO thing. Bernie son killed himself. Yeah, Madoff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Caesar Madoff.
Caesar Madoff.
Bernie did that in Wall Street. Like
Caesar Madoff?
Caesar might be a legend for doing that in Patterson.
His lie was he convinced investors they would get 40 to 50% return within 90 days. That was his classic.
See what I'm saying? Somebody tell you that and you don't.
You're going to bite.
You're like, I'm going to throw all my money into that.
Listen, I did it with Loyan. I got my money back.
Well,
yeah, but we can trust him.
Loyan
from the Bronx.
But that's why I'm saying, like, Loyan pitches to me and it seemed legit, and it was. I got my money back. Mm-hmm. I'm saying when Envy walked in that room to Angela and Charlemagne, I want to know what in his pitch that Angela and Charlemagne, who don't like each other, looked at each other and were like, nah.
This one
I'm cool.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Well.
All right. Well, do we have a voicemail?
You've got mail.
Yeah, we do. So we obviously have a Patreon. This was a topic that we had on Patreon. Mal asked a question about Martin Scorsese and why he's never
worked with Denzel Washington
or really any major black actor.
Yeah.
So we discussed the history of his films and the reasoning behind those things. So we had a caller call in specifically about that question. So
also unfair though, because he worked with Samuel L. Jackson for like 2 frames and then he got murdered.
That's a fact.
Yeah, Samuel said, "Yeah, what time is it?" He got his head blown off.
Yeah. Jesus.
Time to die. No, Tommy came in and said, I thought she was in here with one of your bitches.
Yeah, he said, yeah, where the hell she went?
Where she went?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, here you go.
What up, though? I'm going to get right to it because I was listening to y'all podcast on the Patreon, and Rory and y'all bring up a good idea about Martin Scorsese not picking black actors for his movie. You know, you go from Goodfellas on down to Irishman. Not one lick of black in none of his roles. But one fun fact that I thought Demaris and Mal would probably bring up in the conversation was that he was director for the Bad music video for Michael Jackson. Not sure if that holds him exempt. No. Because Mike probably did pay for it. Mike paid for some white writers, you know, under Scorsese to make the plot line for the video. You know, just a little fun fact, because, you know, I know y'all some Michael Jackson advocates just like me. You know,
for sure.
I still ain't get around to my voicemail because I really want to know what y'all top 5 Michael Jackson song. Peace, Michigan in the house.
Can we do 3?
Top 5 Michael Jackson songs?
Also by the Bad video, that was full vitiligo, Mike, right?
No, not full. He was starting to light up a little bit.
He was
starting
by Bad?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
he was in full.
He had some salt.
So I don't know if we can give Scorsese that.
I just think it's interesting. Like I said, Martin Scorsese, one of the greatest directors ever. Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors ever. I just feel like it's odd that they haven't worked on anything together.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Like, that's just, to me, I don't know. And then you notice that and you're like, well, wait, there's not many black people in none of Scorsese's films either. But
do you think just doing the Bad video is enough to forgive? No,
definitely not.
No, right.
One music video.
No.
I mean, it's a good music video, but
great music video.
It's not.
But no, that's not enough.
Okay, what type of black film would you like Scorsese to direct?
I just feel like in all of these movies,
what are you trying to say here?
Dolomite.
I'm asking a legitimate question because we know
Dolomite.
We know his
Shaft.
Yeah.
We know his competition just loves a good slave movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do we want Scorsese to do a slave movie? What type of black movie?
No, not a slave movie.
Doesn't have to do a slave
it doesn't have to be. It's not a slave movie.
He goes for Oscars, and I'm sorry, that's the only.
But you're not going to tell me that in all of these stories that Martin Scorsese has directed, that there's not a role somewhere for more black roles and black stories and black people in those times. Like, there's definitely, I understand the whole mafia and all of those stories and things like that, but we're not going to act like there weren't black people. I mean, Scorsese could have did a great fucking film on Vegas and how the mafia built Vegas and have fucking, you know, a Sammy Davis role in the movie by now. He could have did that. He could have did a Rat Pack movie by now. You know what I'm saying?
Done Black Wall Street.
Not saying, you know, I'm not trying
Casino.
Well, yeah, that's my point. But there were black people in those times in Vegas. So why not have that story tied in there somewhere too with Quincy Jones and Frank Sinatra? Like, I don't know. I just think that there's room for those stories in a Martin Scorsese film. That's all. That's all I'm saying. It's just something I know about.
Top 3 Michael songs.
Top 3 Michael songs
in order.
For me?
Yeah, in order.
That's tough.
I want in order.
In order. Okay. For me.
Starting from 3.
Okay. Rock With You.
Fuck yeah.
Smart.
Number 1. Number 2.
Don't Matter to Me, Drake, Michael Jackson.
Oh.
What?
That's a sleeper pick.
He said, "Don't Matter to Me," Drake, Michael Jackson.
No. Number 2. Human Nature.
Okay.
Wow.
Number 3.
This is number 1 where you're getting at now.
Okay, this is number 1?
Yeah.
Oof. It's
hard.
tough to
You
pick
still
one,
have
Mike.
Thriller, Billie Jean on the
A lot.
table.
Ooh, damn, yeah, you
Smooth
got a lot.
Criminal.
I'm actually surprised
Don't
about
Stop
Human
Till You
Nature.
Get Enough. Pretty Young Thing.
God.
Black or White. Bad.
Keep going.
Off the Wall.
Keep
Beat
going.
It. I mean,
Trying to think of my favorite Mike.
Rory gonna choose all white Michael Jackson?
I gotta go Billy. You gotta go Billie Jean number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, go Billie Jean.
sometimes
For
it's
you.
not bad to lean into
For
the
you.
classic. Yeah.
For
Gotta
you,
go Billie Jean.
the
For me,
Torontians are not
only because I remember being a kid seeing that video, and I remember like just staring at the TV like, yo, this is some of the coolest shit. He's walking and his sidewalk is lighting up. Like that was to me.
Were you holding the antennas while trying to?
No, we had color TV.
You were changing the sheets on the colors.
Oh,
we had a clear TV. But to me, that Billie Jean was because I remember even when seeing Mike when he first performed Billie Jean at
big moment.
I forgot which show that was, but that was like when Mike became the solo superstar that he became to be. It was like, okay, no, he's a superstar. It was the Jackson 5, but Billie Jean, his first performance as doing Billie Jean, that was when Mike became Mike.
Was it at the 1993 Super Bowl?
No.
Way before that. What?
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, this was the 80s. This might have been
Yeah.
86.
It was actually 83.
In Germany?
No, it was an award show here in America.
He did
Well,
Motown
not
25.
Yes.
Motown 25.
He did
That's
Motown
what
25. It was May 16, 1983.
It was 83?
Yep.
Okay,
83.
so I remember seeing it in like 86. I was young.
Rory, what are your top 3?
Starting from 3.
Starting from 3.
Yeah. So your
Three,
lowest
two, one.
Butterflies at 3, maybe.
Hipster.
Butterfly, that's fucking that's not even Mike. That's what's the group?
Flowetry.
Yeah.
But Mike did a great version.
You such a fucking hipster.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
Flowetry.
gonna need you to do like
That's
a Michael
Marsha. It's
Jackson
not Mike.
song.
It's
Okay,
Marsha.
Billie Jean, Dirty Diana. Like I'm trying to
Name Michael's
Dirt-
song.
great
That's what we're
record.
saying.
I was gonna go Man in the Mirror number 2,
Okay, that's
and
cool.
Human Nature number 1.
Wow.
Also, why can't I have Butterflies at number 3?
Because it's not a Michael
I'm
Jackson.
33 years old.
But it's not.
That was the last like real Michael Jackson song, unless you count This Is It.
Butterflies? Oh yeah, well, that was the big hit off of that album.
Ready? Easy. Beat It.
Yo.
Thriller. Rock
Yo.
With You.
Pause. All 3.
All 3 of
When
them.
you play Rock With You in the club, they still go off to that?
Hell yeah.
All right, that's
Wonderful
good to know.
song.
That's good to know.
Amazing song.
Don't Stop
I
Till You
wasn't-
Get Enough is in mine.
Could have been a hipster of like Human Nature with the SWV remix, like blended.
Great record. Not mad at that. Great fucking record.
Julian?
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. I just love
You look
that.
like you like the Free Willy soundtrack.
Here we
one.
go.
Don't wait.
You definitely cried. Yo, Julian, you definitely cried when Willie made the leap over that wall. You cried. Don't tell me you didn't cry when Willie jumped over the wall and he made it back to the ocean.
Yeah, bro. Stop
You
blocking
cried?
the blessings. Free Willy. Shit.
All right, my bad.
And now that we know that like killer whales can just sink ships at will, like he was being mad dramatic jumping over those
Yeah,
rocks.
yeah.
He could have just went around.
Yeah.
You just want to ruin movies, huh?
We didn't know at the time that killer whales could just like,
Jump?
hit a rudder and just
Yeah, we didn't know that.
because like why are you jumping over that to escape? Just go
Some
around.
of the strongest animals in the ocean. We didn't know
Run right into it.
Yeah.
Knock it over.
You can end this whole shit.
Yeah.
You can be free, sir.
Yeah, bro. Choose your
Little-
destination.
You look like you like Liberian girl.
Sorry, what?
I love Liberian Girl.
Because
That video was
you're
fire,
Liberian.
Yeah.
Scorsese could have never done that one.
No, never.
Who did that one? That had everyone ever in it. You look like you don't know what Liberian
I
Girl
love
is.
how when it came time for me to pick my 3 songs, you guys were just chastising.
I'm sorry.
What you think
My
my
bad,
right.
Julian.
You
My
look
bad,
like
my
you're
bad.
like Free
That's
Willy.
fucked up. That's fucked up.
No, it's
You're right.
not. He led with that energy. I tried to say I like
didn't
butterflies,
say-
and you
I
immediately
didn't.
shitted
You
on
did.
me.
Because when he started hitting it,
He said it. I jumped on his.
Yo, you a rat.
Yo,
What's up with you? How you just pointed at me like that? I was sitting here chilling. How you gonna just call me out like that? That's crazy.
I was following what Mal. I was reciprocating Mal.
He was picking up what you put
All right,
down.
my bad. Everybody, shut the fuck up. What's your top 3, Mike?
Butterflies. No. Don't stop till you get enough. Man in the mirror, and I'll do beat it.
And pause.
You like Man in the Mirror?
Look at Julian.
Why is that?
You don't like Man in the Mirror?
Thank you.
I
love
do,
Man
but
in the
not
Mirror.
top 3 Mike songs.
Why?
Top
up
3?
You never cried a man in the mirror.
It's one of the greatest
Right,
ballads of all
no.
time.
It's a great record, but top 3, I don't know if that's,
an
a top
emotional
3.
ass record.
You look like you do this with your hair to Man in the Mirror.
In the shower, probably. Yeah.
100%.
Man in the Mirror in the shower is depressing as fuck.
OD.
Because like I got the glass shower, so you kind of get the reflection. So it's like the man in the
Do you
mirror.
curl up
Draws
in a
a heart.
ball in the shower when you listen to that?
You cry while the water's hitting your face so you don't know that you're crying?
We've all done like the R&B video in the shower scene.
That's debatable.
Don't do that.
I have, just not Man in the Mirror.
Yeah,
Even though I
that's
love
Man in the
it.
Mirror.
Yeah,
Throw
Man in
ass to Bad Bunny in the shower.
That's not R&B, but okay.
throw ass to Bad Bunny.
It's not. I told you that in confidence, but okay. Jesus.
All right, man. All right.
You guys sharing a room on the road?
No.
Is that how he knows?
Thank God.
We're on the same floor.
Yeah.
I don't know if we share a wall.
I hope
I don't
not.
think so.
Yeah, I don't think
For
so.
your sake.
Yeah, for my sake.
What
too.
floor are you on?
Oh, we've left by now, right?
Yeah, no.
No,
We
it's
haven't.
still-
That's
we're
why I'm
still
like,
here.
why is he doing this
Still
now?
here.
I'm scared of the 6. So
Yeah.
they can narrow it
I'm
down.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
6. Got
No,
you.
I'm on,
Okay.
I'm on the 8th floor.
Yeah.
6. Okay, got it. Do we have another voicemail or that was it?
Should we just do one more?
We could do one more.
do one
more.
Why not? We're in Canada.
Let's have some fun. Let's do some.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one, actually. Here you go.
No one said The Way You Make Me Feel. Love that song.
Oh, go ahead. What?
The Way You Make Me Feel. No one put that
You could have said it, but you fucking said butterfly.
I love Butterfly.
Yeah, okay. Both good.
Trip from Virginia. I was just calling to ask what's the craziest shit y'all have ever done in y'all's life that like you can't believe was fucking successful. I had to deliver my own baby because the midwife was 45 minutes late and my girl wanted to have an in-home birth with just us and the midwife.
Oh,
I was not trained. I had no idea what I was doing. The umbilical cord was ripped. I had no idea what that meant. Then my girl told me that if he bleeds like any blood out of it, he could die. So grab the clamps. I didn't know what a clamp for that was. So I'm fucking trying to find something I don't know what it looks like, crying, thinking my son's gonna die when he's 13 seconds old.
God.
I'm about to take a shoelace out of a shoe and use that to tie it off. Finally, she finds the clamp. I clamp it off. The midwife shows up. He's 13 months old, perfectly healthy. I still can't believe that shit.
Yeah, well, damn.
That's crazy, right?
I don't really have anything to follow.
So
But
the question
do you
was,
think he used like the clamp that you like close potato chips with? Like what?
Ooh, like a
what,
chip
What
clip?
clamp did he use?
Yeah, I mean, that'd probably be better than taking a fucking
Wait,
shoelace
That's some
out
wild
of
shit.
What do
Though.
you need
That
to
is
do to-
fucking crazy.
What do you need to do to clamp? I don't understand what he
The
meant by that.
other side of the umbilical cord has like blood
It
that,
was ripping, so he had to
That's-
stop the blood from all the way through to like.
from the placenta.
out.
It's very.
Oh.
It's like where all the nutrients is.
You could put like big league shoe and like.
Yeah, that's why he said that.
And they say you shouldn't even really cut the umbilical cord. Period. But
Wait,
Why not?
what's wrong with you?
Everything.
You never use gum to
Everything.
like clog a hole.
Not
everything.
for a baby.
umbilical cord?
Well, I mean, I have been in that. As a man that hasn't been in that position.
That's some scary
I
shit
get-
though. Having to deliver your own baby.
Yeah,
that is wild.
That sounds crazy.
Like we think like making dinner is like tough.
Who?
Like men.
No.
Like we had people coming over. You kind of like.
I mean-
I'm sorry. You know how to make a mean broiled
Don't
salmon.
sleep
and-
on my salmon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like couscous.
I mean,
You know he makes couscous.
I'm aware. I can tell by the jelly.
He's the only man I know that knows how to make couscous. What the fuck is couscous?
I was there saying, "Breathe, yo, breathe."
But you in the hospital.
Yeah, but like I was there.
Yeah, but that don't count, man. This guy, he's a patron.
So, I mean, none of what we say can top him. But his question was like, what's the craziest thing that you've done successfully that looking back on you couldn't believe you were able to accomplish?
I thought delivering a baby in a hospital was there, but never mind.
No. The craziest thing I've ever done, and I can't believe I accomplished it.
What was her name?
No.
Is she verified?
Damn.
You gave her the check?
I'm trying to think like what. Nothing lands close to that, but I don't know if I have that type of story.
I was gonna go with the album. It's not like a
That's a
funny
good
story,
answer.
but yeah, like that was some crazy shit to me.
Mm.
To actually like open my phone and be on DSPs like that. That was kind of crazy. I can be purchased. That was cool. Go on
Download Rory's
Amazon
face.
and buy myself.
Yeah, that is dope though.
Yeah, I can give Bezo a cut of myself.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I think for me it would probably be I think Rory and I completing the live show run we did last year.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, just you two?
Well, I mean, no, I'm not trying to exclude.
No, that's cool.
I'm not trying to exclude the team.
We're not in Toronto right now about to do a live show.
You were the clamp. Like you weren't the baby or
you were the most vital part.
Yes.
Like
one of
you weren't you weren't the father, the daughter, the baby.
He was the baby.
He was the umbilical cord. You clamped him.
Yeah.
Hey, you did not clamp me.
Like us putting that together was
that was fun.
It was fun, but it was scary though. Because it was like, all right, what the fuck? I remember me and Rory sat down and talked about it. He was like, all right, what the fuck are we doing? Like, how do we do this? And it was like, fuck it, let's just figure it out. So that was like scary because now you have people like standing in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, this is real. But I mean, we found a way to do it and get it done. So it's pretty cool.
And while we're in the middle of tour, because to your guys' credit, it's not when people ask, oh, it's a live podcast, you just like sit and talk. No. I think that's the coolest thing about what you guys and like as a team have been able to collect, to build, is it's such a variety show that when people ask me the question, it's a long answer because we do so many segmented things that are well scripted, well executed, but also there's original elements in each show, which I think, makes each experience unique. And I just think that that's just so far beyond what I've seen other podcasts that are in a position to tour. So few that are in this position. Normally they just pull up and just do literally a lot. If we were to do this on a stage, people would probably be satisfied with it, but we know we can offer more than just sitting and watching us entertain people.
And I mean, with the amount of cities that we did too, like
13.
We don't have like a hit record. Like, and I'm not trying to take away anything that musicians do when they're on tour.
Yeah.
But we don't have that one thing that the whole audience is like waiting for us to perform, that we've rehearsed, that we know. Like every show is completely different to some degree. Like
it's easier when you're, well, I don't want to make it seem like that, but if I was a rapper, it would be easier to do that.
Think so?
Because I already know what I'm going to say every single night.
We don't have a set list. We have a run of show, of course, but those segments,
but a lot of it is based off of the audience.
Yeah.
Projectors don't work.
The city that we're in.
Yeah.
Particular cities that we're in. So everything is just like constantly changing. And then, we're backstage and, Rory is already on his anxiety meters on 1,000. So I gotta find a way.
What?
You don't see when Rory goes to the bathroom 20 times before we go on stage?
That's because I have a terrible bladder.
And he chugs a whole bottle of white wine before we go on.
Paces with the red cup.
Yeah.
Dead silence. I'm just talking to both of you and Rory's just like...
Even my nephew in Atlanta, when we were in Atlanta, my nephew was like, yo, Rory's always nervous like this? And I was laughing.
No, it's not nerves. It's definitely, I think it's excitement. I don't get nervous and I don't have really like crazy anxiety for these shows ever.
Ice veins.
It's just, I don't know how I prepare to.
I think you get excited.
That's like your Rain Man thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I haven't gotten like nervous for a show in quite some time. I think the only time I got nervous from our last tour was London. Really? Where they told us fucking 10 minutes before.
No, that was crazy.
Go rock a 2-hour show with no projector and your entire show is on a projector.
Bro, y'all know, I keep saying it. Y'all don't know how pissed off I was in that.
Of course, I have the footage of that.
Nah, but you really don't know.
No, Atlanta was different too.
That footage.
I do more of the pacing thing when we have way too many people in the green room and like I'm just not in that phase.
Yeah.
I'm not in that phase in my life and I get annoyed because I do want to focus on the show. And to your point, so much stuff is catered to each city. And there has to be some type of memorizing and some stuff we write in the green room to what's happening at the moment. I fucking can't stand when there's so many people in the green room and they want to talk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dog, I have to go talk in a second. Like I know that sounds crazy. Like it's some.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're
a terrible problem.
You're literally doing something. Yeah.
But that's where I start pacing in green rooms because I don't particularly care. Atlanta had like 30 people.
That was, oh my God. In the green room next to us, which was just a fucking smoke fest.
But in a weird way, y'all don't feel like that Atlanta green room was like made for like a great show though, because like we were kind of already in this phase of like,
great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that it's important. Like we don't talk about the importance of having a good green room.
Oh, it's huge.
Before the show. Like a lot of people don't focus on that. Like a good green room, having the right people in there.
The music just it adds to just your energy. It adds to your calmness. It adds to your preparation of going on stage in front of people and just delivering a good show and entertaining them. Because I remember that Atlanta green room and I kind of felt like it was getting a little
busy in there at one point.
Crazy.
But it was the right busy, though. It was the right people in there. It was the right
Julian's birthday.
We had a great time.
It was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
Wait, I wanted to ask while we're on the green room topic. Her Loss was the soundtrack to last year's tour. What's the soundtrack going to be this year? Do we know yet?
Was it Her Loss?
I'm usually in charge of the thing. I'll play Her Loss.
We was in London when Her Loss came.
Yeah. But I'm saying that became every show from there on. We were just playing that in every green room.
Because when we were in Seattle, it was SZA.
That was the only other show where it wasn't Her Loss.
Yeah, before that it was all Her Loss, for sure.
From London straight through the South, straight through wherever else.
But wasn't London
Texas
towards the end?
Texas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
London was towards the end, right?
No.
November 4th was the London show. That's when Her Loss came out on November 4th.
Yep.
And I believe our show was on the 7th.
And when was Seattle?
That was December 1st, I think, because LA was December 13th.
We didn't get home till Christmas Eve.
We were out. We were outside for over a month.
Yeah. Lit.
Yeah.
So
never doing that again.
Is there a runaway?
Never doing that again, by the way.
Is there a runaway?
Come on. We know what it is.
This one?
Yeah.
We know
I'll play Her Loss again.
We know what it is.
I don't think it could be for the dogs.
No, it can't be. Because we don't
slow
all
in
feel
the
the
middle.
same way about it.
Yeah.
Not Utopia.
Definitely not Utopia.
No, not Utopia.
Thought it'd be different.
Oh yeah.
I'm not mad at that though.
I'm not mad at that either.
Thought it'd be different. I'm not
Support
mad
our
at
dog.
that. I'm not mad at that.
You don't seem very convinced.
But
Nah,
if we had a backup.
No, because the thing, Rory's album's incredible. It actually, Apple gave me an update on my most played music recently, and it was on my top 5 most played albums. It's
Good for you. I'm not going to show you my top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I don't want to see it. just like my girl's phone, I don't want to see it.
in a green room, I don't want
Everything's going fine. I don't want to cause problems.
I don't want like an up and down. I want it to just be constant.
But what album were you going to name though?
I was just going to say Her Loss again. I just want to run that by you guys.
You can't run it back again.
Not.
Has to be new.
It was so good.
No, it was. But we gotta do something new.
What was the last good album?
That's a great question.
That came out? Don't do that.
And there's a lot of good albums that came out, but we're talking about
but what's a green
in the
room
scene
album?
of a green room. What would be a good album?
And we all know it. That's the thing. All of us have to be a fan and fuck with this album.
That's tough.
I think we're gonna just have to make a playlist.
Yeah, that's tough.
I could make a playlist.
Yeah.
Maul and I would say the last Magic Nas album, but you guys don't like
Magic 3, yeah.
It was all right.
See, nah.
But
That's fine.
You don't like Magic 3?
I just...
Speaking of this music debate, I want to get into ATL Jacobs' tweets on Patreon. So let's do
We
that.
can do that.
Yeah, I want to
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Patreon it?
Let's Patreon it.
All right, well, we'll see y'all on Patreon. We're about to have this ATL Jacob because that was a wild take, he said.
That's my guy.
Even though Julian agrees with him, but that was a wild take. But
I'll play contrary.
But I like
agree
ATL
with
Jacob, so I'll talk about it because I do like him. I think he's talented. I think he's
I do agree with him, actually. Fuck that.
yeah. So let's finish it on Patreon.
Yep.
NewRoryNMal.